Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and I will be reviewing The Path Not Taken, Episode 5 for Xena the Warrior Princess. I had to take a break because life got in the way. I'm working 40 hours a week, which is full-time, and sometimes I work my second job, my part-time job, on the weekends, and I'm a creative and I need to find pockets of creativity and go for it. So that is what I'm doing now. And to introduce this episode, it starts off with a royal couple. So we have Prince Agranon, Princess Xena, and they are in the beginning of the episode. And then we have Mezentius. He is an arms dealer and he is the villain in this episode. And also, someone from Xena's past shows up. His name is Marcus. He works for Mezentius. He is an old friend of Xena and also an old lover of hers from the past. So this is very hairy, you can say, very there's a lot of tension in this episode, that's for sure. In the beginning of this episode, we have a lovey-dovey couple, Prince Agranon and Princess Xena. They are in together's embrace, and they're talking about the future, about the prosperity of uniting their kingdoms together, and that it will put a stop to the long feud in their families. But again, we know with Xena the Warrior Princess, the episodes, not everything is happily ever after. So the couple is ambushed by these, they seem like bandits. Yeah, they're ambushed by bandits. And Agranon is heavily outnumbered. He is no match for them. He gets knocked out. Princess Xena is kidnapped. And then it goes into Gabrielle and Xena wandering into a nearby town. They are going into a bar, a tavern. And Gabrielle, she's very oblivious to her surroundings sometimes because, you can say she's pretty carefree around Xena, that's for sure. Because Xena is the one that, intimidates the people around them to keep them safe. So a lot of these men in the bar, they were trying to hit on Xena, hit on Gabrielle, and Xena will punch them. And I just found it very wow, Xena, you are intense, and I don't mind that intensity in people. It's really great. And she ended up punching some men. She even did that trick again where she had alcohol in her mouth and she grabbed a torch and she was spitting fire at them, at one of the guys. And Gabrielle's all like, do you notice we have no trouble getting a table anywhere we go? And then Xena's sarcastic. She's like, oh, really? Tell me about it. I'm like, yeah. And once in the bar, Xena and Gabrielle, they're just chilling there, helping to order some food. And then Agranon comes in, him trying to be super intimidating. He put a whole bag of gold coins in front of them. He slammed it on the table. And he's all saying, are you for hire? And Gabrielle thought it meant some other type of hire. And Xena was all like, not that type of hire, Gabrielle. That he meant as a mercenary, so she can, help him out to rescue Princess Xena because she's been kidnapped. And Xena is all like, it really depends. And she was, turning him down that I don't work for nations. And he's all like, please, I need to save her. She means a lot to me. I love her more than my breath. And I'm like, this Prince Agranon, to me, honestly, he seems very timid. Like, I know he's strong, but I kind of feel like he's very, like, he's not intimidating. I feel like I don't know, more like not yet a man, if that makes any sense. Like, him being more, maybe he's young, you can say as well, but he has no experience hiring people to do that kind of work, like, mercenary work. And he admits to Xena, "You're right, I'm new at this. I just really have to save Princess Jaina." And Xena agrees. She's like, "Okay, fine." And she ends up grabbing like his he has like a emblem that signifies that he's actually a royalty. And she says, "I'll take this." And she ends up sneaking into Mezentius's compound. And while she's in there, Xena is definitely going incognito, you can say, but as Xena. Like, she's not in a disguise or anything. She's just masquerading as the Xena of the past. Like, someone that was a powerful warlord. She liked power. She liked money. And anyways, she ends up sneaking in there and going into, with those people, right? Those people that are related to her past. And I found it very amusing when this man comes in. His name is Marcus. We are introduced to Marcus, and he's all saying something about your mother. And then Xena looks at him and she's all like, yeah, like, they're like staring each other down. And then he's all like, "Oh, how is your mother?" Like, he just changed his tone. It was so funny. And then like she's all like, "Marcus, it's been too long." Like, kind of like this familiarity, like being very familiar with each other. And they said hi, like, old friends, catching up like old times, and so we get into right now, because Jaina has been kidnapped. Her family thinks that Agranon's family are the main suspects, but we know that's not the case. Mezentius is using that ruse as a way for him to get away with a profit. For example, Xena's first encounter with Mezentius starts off as intense because he wanted to intimidate her, and Xena declared she is wanting to do business with him. Meanwhile, Gabrielle and Prince Agranon get escorted to the castle, but they end up as prisoners. And we know that Marcus is an old friend and an old flame of Xena, because during their interactions in this episode, The Path Not Taken, it's obvious Marcus still harbors passion for Xena, that he tries to seduce her. However, Xena is a woman on a mission, and she is determined to help Princess Jaina escape the compound of Mezentius. And by doing so, Xena intervenes on Mezentius, trying to take advantage on Jaina by talking business with him and persuading him that Jaina is worth more alive and untouched. Xena rescues Jaina from falling off the ledge by presenting Agranon's necklace to her. Xena whispers to Jaina, so no one else will hear them, like the crowd below them, that they should meet at the grotto inside the compound to escape together. After Xena fights off some guards, she looks around for a way to sneak Jaina out of the compound. Marcus interrupts her in the weapons area, and he becomes very suspicious of her, of the motives of Xena. And Mezentius, he ends up showing up as well, but Marcus ends up defending Xena, and Mezentius leaves. Now, Xena is a very clever woman. When she has information presented to her by Marcus on how to sneak weapons out, because she asked him how do you sneak these weapons out? Because it turns out he also was profiting off Mezentius himself. So he was like getting some of the stock and selling it on the side. And he kind of knew like the whole thing, how it works out. So he told Xena, oh, I have my ways. And during this talk of that, it switched over on a more sentimental note because Marcus decided to open up about wanting to change as well, because he heard that Xena was very different, and he confessed that he wanted to escape the life of crime, but it was too late for him. So he did leave once, but he decided to come back and work for Mezentius. And we have, let's see here. Oh yeah, and during this talk of, sentimental type of talk, which is, I think it's really good when people have that trust in each other and open up, they can have more, it's more intimate, I feel. And Marcus, of course, his feelings got the best of him for Xena, and he, they shared a kiss, and, he wanted more from her, of course. And I was very surprised because I'm not a prude or anything personally, so I understand if people, love each other, they have to express it in the physical sense, and that's totally okay. So, Marcus wanted more with Xena, and Xena was like, I'm sorry, Marcus, I can't do this right now. And she had to step away from him because she had to go meet Xena at the grotto so they can leave together. And again, Mezentius, he shows up. I swear this man has really bad timing. Okay? He's like knocking on the door saying, I demand to know who's in there. And, Xena's all like, oh, what do we do? Jane's like, what do we do? And then so Xena ended up putting on like a robe, like she was, getting ready to get into the grotto to take a bath. And Jaina ended up getting into the grotto and hiding. So Xena was sitting on kind of like the ledge of it. And then Mezentius came in, and, he's all saying about, some information that he found out. And, he was definitely checking out Xena. Like, this man will probably try to, go after any woman that is good looking. Like, that's his I don't know, like his thing, I guess. And he was trying to, say to Xena, oh, that he wants to join her. And she's all like, maybe another time. And then, Xena, she was working her charm. I get the feeling that Xena, I'm not her, but I can tell when a woman is super confident in herself, she exudes a lot of that sensual, feminine charm. And Xena, in a sense, she's a woman, but she's also very masculine as well, because, she's a fighter, she's a protector, but she also has that side to her where she can be very sensual and very, she owns it. She's not afraid to express that side of herself as well. And she used it to her advantage against Mezentius, using her feminine wiles to say to him, maybe another time. I'm like, girl, you're all that in a bag of chips type thing, And, I also noticed that her robe was the lavender color, like the one about the dream worker episode. Later on, Marcus visits the tavern inside the compound. I think that's where the tavern might be. And someone mentions that what Xena really did when she rescued the baby in that one town. And Marcus got so upset that he beat the crap out of that guy. And he went on his way to go and confront Xena to get the truth from her. And he felt betrayed. Honestly, this man felt so betrayed by Xena because he felt that he was taken advantage because of his feelings for her. And he was just super mad. And he goes to the weapons room and he finds that Xena is tampering with one of the boxes that were holding the arrows, and that's because she placed Princess Jaina in there. So she'll be shipped out into the encampment of her people, of the war camp or something where her people are. And Marcus gets a bow and arrow and he says to Xena, oh, look, this is a new arrow. And he was going to test it out on the box. And then Xena's like, no, Marcus, don't do it. And she had no choice but to tell him the truth. And she revealed her plans to him. And then she was trying to get through to him, right? Trying to persuade him to leave with her. Saying, Marcus, I don't want to stand by your funerary pyre. She doesn't want to see him dead because of the life that he is living. And now we get a lot of action. This is the climax of the episode. We get a lot of action here. And Mezentius comes in. He's trying to, kill Jaina, because if she dies, the war happens. And Mezentius wants a war. He tries to shoot at Jaina with the bow and arrow, and then Marcus gets in the way. And he did a good deed. He did that one step needed to be free of a life of crime and destruction. We end the episode on a sad note with Marcus's funeral. Marcus takes the arrow and he dies doing a good deed. And in retribution, Xena uses her chakram and she kills Mezentius as well in revenge for killing her friend. And the episode ends on a very sad note, and we hear this mournful singing coming from Xena, and this is called a dirge. So a dirge is a song to honor the dead. Xena said out loud, "He was my friend." That's how Xena will remember him in her heart. Ironic, this episode starts off as lovey-dovey, celebrating life, happiness, togetherness, and the episode ends with a loved one's death. And a strong reminder for Xena to remember why she's on a path of atonement and redemption. I feel she will carry on for her friend Marcus and everyone that's on that path of self-destruction. That she will continue on with her path to redeem herself and atone for all her sins of a bloody past. And yes, I hope you enjoyed this podcast review. I was trying to do it in my own way, not make it so to tell the whole entire thing from beginning to end. I'm just trying to do what I can. And to be honest, guys, I'm very new at this, but I really enjoy telling stories and sharing this with people from all over the world. And I want to say thank you so much for listening. To the people that listen from beginning to end, I truly appreciate you. And so yes, if you enjoy these episodes and you want to, still support me on here and support me, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. I will be uploading more podcast review episodes when the weeks come and go. And I am so excited to keep doing this. Have a wonderful day and take care. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. See you next episode for episode 6.